about this, you can automatize those tests with Drush. You can just use Drush simple test in the name of the test, I believe. Can't be wrong right now. And maybe put this to cron so you can run every time different tests overnight. If you use random strings, you can maybe then have 1,000 tests run, and you can be really sure that your module is working. Because use of random string is quite important because it's about you can't think of everything. So if you use a big random string with some strange characters, those tests can really give you a range of testing you could never do as user. I mean, if I do this as user, I normally go tap 1, 1, tap 1, 1, 1, and just check the form, press it, and hi, next page is working. Those tests are automated and more precise, so it's just more useful to do it. So please, simple test is nothing more than using some OOP, using the info method, doing a setup, using a test case implementation, and you're ready to do this. Quite easy. You can do this for small modules. If anything should happen on your website, you can easily use it. Core isn't really difficult to patch because you just implement the patch. You still know what you're doing, and it's just great to immediately. Sorry, I'm missing English words. You never have to do this again. You know what you just did. You put it into code. You can use a code repository to distribute it, so everybody can see in a more or less deterministic way what you did. A test is for yourself like a documentation. I mean, don't know if you know concepts like test-driven development. I'm not a big fan of test-driven development, but at least met one person that said to me, hey, we use it in Java and this was cool. So if you develop a module, if you have an idea, this should happen, maybe even do the test first, then use the module to output stuff on your website, and you just know it works. Again, this session is about please use simpletest. Use simpletest. It's really cool. It's there for you. If you're a module maintainer on DO, you can just use automation. You can keep work away from you. It's the coolest thing to do, and I would be happy if we can use this to build a much better Drupal, and it is used to build a much better Drupal 7 with this. Okay, I'm through. So let's do a question and answer session if there's still some questions. Yes?
Is there a code coverage report anywhere?
A code?
Coverage report, so you can see what parts of your code are...
No. I know PHP Unit can do this, but this is not done by simpletest. Yes?
How does the test infrastructure work for contrib modules? What do you have to do to enable your module to run in that?
As far as I know, you just have to file an issue to the infrastructure queue, show them the tests, and they will activate it. It should be really easy if you have good tests. Yes, I think there's a hand back up there.
For this presentation, we can insist on Drupal 7 or 6.
This is Drupal 6. As I said before, Drupal 7 is slow as hell. So I think the test bot that tests Drupal 7 is running Drupal 6 because it's just faster.
So you have the same coverage in Drupal 6 as you have in 7?
No, definitely not. I don't think Drupal 6 is tested that much.
So you do testing on your local machine?
Yeah, this is testing on my local
same
machine.
database as it creates new database each time.
No, not a new database. It uses a prefix and then creates all the test tables. The new, if you look into the Drupal setup, you will see it just use a Drupal install to really install a blank system, and it's prefix with some random string. So if you test crush, there is a cleaner button down here. Just can use it to clean up. I think it won't drop any tables, but well, I thought there would be some leftover files, but there are not. So just use the cleanup tab button if you test crushes. Any more questions? Yes?
How compatible are tests between Drupal 6 and 7? Would you develop tests on 6 and then try to run them on 7, or because of the speed issue?
Okay, how compatible are tests between Drupal 6 and 7? I think it's a question of the test class is a straight backbone, so you can run your tests in Drupal 6 or 7 as well, but well, if the logic changes, the test won't fit anymore. Problem about testing is most tests are running with Garland, so I'm not very happy about it. Maybe Stark should be the test theme we use. Tests do depend on the theme you use, and so Drupal 7 now uses Bartik, and I know they are rewriting tests because Garland do something different from Bartik, so the test itself from the code base will be interoperable, but I don't think you can really directly call it. Okay? Yes?
In a real use case, if I develop a website with Drupal,
Yeah.
as I have to patch the code to install simpletest,
Yes.
when I want to deploy my final website, my final project, I'm not willing to deploy
And you shouldn't do.
yes.
Yeah.
So how about the workflow?
Again, if you use simpletest, it's more a dev thing, and you don't use it on a fully configured environment. There is a module that does a simpletest clone, called simpletest clone, that will clone your completely environment to use it in simpletest. Simpletest is an isolated test just if one module works, or maybe you write a special test if 3 or 5 modules work, but never use this on a running environment. You should do outside testing, and then Selenium IDE is coming into the game, and is far more effective for really testing workflows on your site. I know in my session description I wrote I will show Selenium IDE. I fear this browser doesn't have it installed. Selenium IDE basically is a Firefox plugin. As I said before, it's a macro builder. It builds a macro script. You can export it in different languages. You even can export it as some PHP stuff or JSON. Boomer Tower wrote a module for Drupal 7 Selenium to simpletest. Doesn't really work, but it's a nice idea. So you can spell the part where you have to look up every form item's name on Drupal. But just click in side of the form, and Selenium should immediately find the name of those items. This is not working, sadly. But Selenium is a really powerful tool. We use this as a real addition to run stuff with simpletest. Simpletest is just a functionality test of the things you do. Look up functionality test on Wikipedia, and you will see that there isn't a real functionality test before us, because it's just some small step, but still this spares you a lot of trouble and just enables you to remove bugs that happened before happen again. And that's the main reason you really should use this. Okay, I think our time is up. It's 6 now. Last session today, so we can go on talking about this if you like. Otherwise, I would now close the session. Thank you for your